Hello and welcome to JewelCast. I'm your host, Luna Chase. No, this isn't some sort of jewelry convention. We're here to talk about Match 3 games. I know, it should have been called Candy Cast or something, but we don't have time for that. With me is co-host Cublex.
Hello!
And Disket. And, S2.
I'm a cat.
Disgate, you may need to reintroduce yourself. I didn't unmute you fast enough.
Alright, so,
well.
This is actually a continuation from last week's podcast hosted by Cublex. Basically, you can consider this a part 2. And what we discussed last week was a lot of people's first experiences. So, what's yours, guys?
Who should I start?
Oh, go ahead. Sure.
Okay, so hello there. I'm this cat. I'm also known as Kencher. That's my actual name. I'm a bit of an introduction. I'm part of the Kencher Productions brand, which is a not well-known brand. I played Bejeweled 2 first many years ago on 2005-ish. I'm not really good with years. I played it a lot. I played the Flash version first, which only had action, the classic mode, and I think some of the puzzle modes. Not all of them had puzzle modes as far as I know. I did also play the 60 minutes version, trial demo version of the game, which I kept re-downloading it from different websites, which allow me to play another 60 minutes.
Yeah,
abusing privileges.
I mean, who doesn't do that though?
Yeah, that was before I discovered pirating. But
and then
guys,
you go to one site to get all the minutes you want.
Yeah, only besides that, I discovered other PopCap titles, like commonly being puzzle match-free type or match other type of puzzle games, like Big Money Deluxe, Chuzzle Deluxe, a lot of the deluxes. Rocket Mania 2 was also one of them, but it's not match-free. It's a different kind of puzzle game.
Is Rocket Mania even a PopCap title? Or was it something else?
I think it was a PopCap title.
Oh, yeah.
I just find it kind of funny how overall PopCap, even really after they got bought out, kind of, they've been more focused on the casuality of it.
Mm-hmm. So... Yeah, because casual games is like in their DNA. I'm pretty sure EA bought them just because they're a casual game developer. Yeah, but last week I wasn't here, so I thought I might go second. Basically, you know, one of those Nokia phones with the giant touchscreen, but like it comes with a stylus and then you can
those kinds of
You know, those plastic styluses. I used to own one. I still do now. I don't know why I said I used to.
Does it work?
Yeah, it does, but it doesn't hold a charge. So I think the battery's busted now. But I used to play a version of Bejeweled Twist on there. That was around 07, 08. I don't think it's 07. I think it's 08 or later.
There are so many different versions of Bejeweled Twist.
Yeah, I was like 08. And then, like, again, I'm not good with years. This guy, you made a good point. But, like, I don't know that was Bejeweled at the time. I found out after I started playing Bejeweled seriously. But my family started playing Bejeweled Blitz because it was that hit game on Facebook at that time. And I remember it used to like take me like 15 to 20 games to get like 30,000. And yeah, and then I bought Bejeweled 3 on launch day and been in love with it since, which is weird because I don't really like these grandma type of games, you know, your mom after a long day at work sitting at her desk and now she comes home to this computer and then she plays some random Match 3 game. I never thought that I would be a fan of that genre.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of different from when you start out, when you already know, like, what you like already, versus starting out like that's the first game you play.
Mm-hmm.
It's got its differences, that's for sure.
Yeah. S2, go ahead.
Okay, so I started getting into it earlier this decade. I can't remember exactly. It started with Bejeweled Blitz. I got into it from another similar type of game, not Match 3, and I can't, for the life of me, remember the name of it. But I discovered Bejeweled Blitz one day and I thought, sure, heck, I'll give it a try. And I got hooked on it straight away. Hooked on it. And yeah, I was having a bit of fun with it. This was before it got ruined. And I discovered the rest of the franchise after that. Had lots of fun there. This was coming up to around 2013-ish. That was probably towards the end of the peak then. I was having lots of fun with all the Bejeweled games there, 3 and Twist and Blitz and the others I forget to mention.
What were your favorite? What was your favorite?
I'd say probably 3 because of all the Quest Mode Plus fan hacks that came out as well.
Wow.
The vanilla was just...
Oh my goodness!
You could do that with your eyes shut. Like.
When you mentioned Quest Mode Plus, I just gave my camera a look. I was like, oh my god, because I have had an experience with QMP4.
Oh yeah?
Wow. Yeah, although I am very surprised and also happy to let you guys know that I'm at 6 quests in now. But that's besides the point.
I haven't even played it. I've not, I've only heard of it via, text message. I haven't watched a single video. I haven't even downloaded it. I haven't even played it. None of that.
Oh, it's
I might
worth
give it a
it.
go later, not now.
On which QMP is it? The first one, second, third, or fourth?
Well, can't really talk about the first one since it stayed in its little area.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, for the uninitiated, it's basically an upgraded quest mode because the original was too easy, apparently.
Mm-hmm.
So a group of Chinese people got together and made a harder version, and then made an even harder version,
and then one more
even harder.
With
a further South Koreans.
Easier, harder. Well, easier, same, harder, and just outright ridiculous.
What the fuck?
What?
I have no idea. Alright, so moving on, we have some exciting developments going on with Jeweled.
Oh yeah, I don't actually think everybody knows about Jeweled that's on my channel. Although they should, because I've live streamed it before. Basically a fan game that's supposed to be
my producer just told me it's pronounced Jeweled. Is it Jeweled? Yes? Okay. It's Jeweled.
Yes.
And so current release, okay, so we're gonna clue everyone in. So basically, it's Dino's made this Bejeweled ripoff. Don't tell him he's not gonna watch this podcast. But don't tell him that. Keep it a secret. Don't post it online.
Wait, hold up.
It's a fan game. I'll be nice. It's a fan game, and so we've made tons of contributions. We've basically heralded this thing because it's our own thing now that EA has bought out PopCap, and thus will not make a proper Bejeweled game in 3 millennia.
You can always
EA
hope.
still thing after 3 millennia. What is going on with 0.96? Basically. I'm going to start everyone off here. There's going to be a huge huge UI improvement. Now, there's got to be like different menus, different buttons, and let's see. I'm going to now I made these textures, okay, just
Oh,
as a bit of a disclaimer,
There's some
and I'm
stuff
gonna
being
put
put.
up one of the textures I've made and see if anyone has any thoughts of this. So let's start with the new chain meter. And so basically what is the chain meter is that it's a multiplier, but it you have to do it via chains. So let's see,
Yep.
chain meter right here. That's the box. It's a very exciting teaser.
The info box, always an important tool. I'm gonna go ahead and switch to the display mode instead of JewelCast on OBS, so that way people can see what's going on.
Okay.
I'll go display without face cam.
I love all the grey. Sums me up perfectly.
You're being
Okay, I
too
was
nice.
glitching for a little bit. Okay,
Looks pretty good.
yeah.
Okay, so basically,
Nice
the
font.
old one is kind of like an oval, right? A blue oval that I've
Ooh.
just shown everyone. The new one has got to be this one giant box. So
Ah.
It's a
keep that in
very
mind.
rainbow number. I like.
With a white background, with a white border going. But also too, what's interesting is the rainbow and the times 10, because right now we have times 9. We maxed out at times 9.
Which is weird.
We're going to times 10, and then after times 10, we're gonna drop back down to times 9.
Times not.
What?
Yeah, times
Oh,
9.
I
Right.
see.
So
That's
Oh,
just
so
really
instead of
design.
having 2 times 9s or like they have in
yeah, it's gonna be
Twist where
times
they have 2
9 and
times
then times
10s,
10.
it just drops back down to times. Okay. It's a little
Yeah.
weird.
And when the times 10 is filled, that's when a free gem is gonna appear and then goes back to times 9. Is that how it's gonna go?
Yeah, that's correct. And
I see.
for those of you that are joining in right now, they're in the call right now. We'll let you guys call in a moment. We'll get through a few things first. And on the bottom, let's go back to the chain meter thing here. You can see current chain. So, in Bejeweled Twist, where we have this, sometimes when you make like 100 chain or 130 chain or like 210 chain,
You get the text that pops up.
as a text.
Or-
just
Or
Hey,
in
hang on,
Bejeweled Blitz and Bejeweled 3 and Lightning Mode or some other modes, it'll like with your
Always display it.
speed plus 1000 or whatever it is, it'll also say your chain amount.
Yeah. That's speed, not continuous matches. Two
Yeah,
different
but
types of chain.
it's in a different way here.
Also, too, what's new in 0.96 is that every gem becomes a lightning gem. Every gem becomes a lightning gem. Every sected match. So it's like a T or an L becomes a
TL
lightning gem, no matter
plus.
which mode you're in. That's a cool idea, I think.
Like,
And
what
does
was
the-
the old setup? 'Cause, like, I haven't been following this for.
It
long.
was flame. It became a flame in the previous versions.
Yeah, it was a flame, and then now it's lightning. So that's interesting.
Although does the 5 gem matches stay the same? A 5 straight line match produces a lightning on arcade mode.
Yeah, in
Okay,
every
still is
mode
that.
but classic.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, that's basically 0.96. Of course, there's a lot of things that are different as well. We also have. I'm gonna go back to my files again. I'm gonna talk about this one last major point before we move on, and it's So I'm gonna modify here. This thing, basically a white border.
It's
large
done your board.
Cleaner, nicer, the best board.
But it's not gold.
Hey, are the color variations there?
Yeah, all three of
Nice.
them. In fact, I'm gonna, if you want it so much, I'm gonna show the gold one. Gold one with the bar, because I've made 2 versions of each. And right there.
Ah,
Looks a little more
looks
copper to me.
gorgeous.
So slightly different, and
I do
makes
like
it
I
consistent.
wouldn't say gold. That's more bronze, but it still looks sick.
Yeah, what I was saying, it looks pretty bronze.
Well, the theme is called gold. I'm not one to argue. I'm not one to disagree. Okay, so I thought we
What's
would.
the other one then? What's the other theme then?
It's the gray one, isn't it?
Yeah, there's a gray one
I thought it was a blue one.
here.
I
And that's
never
without
heard
the
of a
bar.
blue one.
I kind of want to have a
Richard.
blue. Nice.
Hmm.
That look pretty
There's
good.
me burping. I'm blaming my cat for it. Such a life I lead.
Although the gold one does look like gold, that depends on what point of view are you using it. Like a dark environment, it could look gold in a darker angle, something like that. So one could argue on who does look at it as gold or who does look at it as bronze. It's like if the white dress is white or blue.
In my
Oh,
opinion,
I
it's
forgot
also
about
one of
that.
dirt for Minecraft.
There is actually a question I would like to ask,
Go on.
and that would be the optimization for classic mode. Is there any update on that?
Well, depends on which optimization.
Lag optimization. This is when you load the game for the This is when you load the save up.
I have been told there is, because the entire game's optimization is being worked on.
Oh,
So including speed ups and slowdowns, because I've heard that Dino did in fact mitigate a few issues there. So yeah, changes are going to be coming, but I don't think it's only classic mode.
well, it seems to be classic mode for me.
I don't know. You can always file a bug report. That's that's important. But yeah,
I actually mentioned that a couple of weeks ago.
yeah, I'm certain you heard that. Okay, so moving away from Dejoled to a discussion on game techniques. So
Oh,
this is part 2. We'd like to hear from more people, and we're gonna let a few people call in. If Boggy wants to hop in, he could too. But yeah, just share with us, guys. What is your best tips and
Play
tricks?
style.
Just tell us a few.
Play
Tell us
style. So something like a play style or techniques one does. Should I start?
Yeah, go ahead.
go ahead.
Okay, I'm can be considered as an average player between the veterans around this server. Some I main the speedy modes on at least on Visual 3, like lightning, diamond mine, and a bit of a balance, even though that's more of a patience and strategic game mode than a speedy one. My technique for lightning, at least, is always look for jams. Always look for matches you can do, but do concentrate on time gems too when one drops. But don't lose your focus on other matches, because you need to keep your speed meter up, because if you lose it, you take too much time, then you're on a pickle, because going back to the 1000 plus speed bonus is a bit hard, because for those who didn't know, the bigger your speed bonus is, the game physics actually speeds up as you gain speed bonus. So that's important to take note, because cascades and your matches speeds up along with your speed bonus. So that's my technique for lightning. I average there about 2 million points. So could be good, could be not so great, but that depends on who are we comparing this with. Now for Diamond Mine, that's a different story because you get points for gems, gold and diamonds and artifacts you dig up. So you need to concentrate on dirt and rocks. Keep making matches near dirt and rocks, obviously. What's important too is you need to be able to do all clears. You get a 30-second bonus on a simple clear, a simple line clear, but you get a 90-second bonus, at least on the original version, not the version that EA has ruined. 90-second bonus on an all clear. To achieve an easy all clear, when the line clear has happened, you need to constantly keep making matches.
It doesn't even have to be matches, it could just be swaps.
Yeah, keep making, not matches, sorry, swaps. It can be illegals too, any kind of swaps. Just keep making matches until you, besides the random swaps, you need to still concentrate on the bottom layer of the dirt to clear away between your random swaps. And once that happens, then you get the 90-second all clear.
Yeah, and I found something that's useful, that if you use the hybrid keyboard and mouse like I do and a lot of other people do, I discovered that making really fast swaps just to stutter that time is really easy because you can spam W, A, S, and D all at once, and it just makes a ton of incorrect swaps, allowing you to...
This is something I use, actually. This is my main controls I use. I use the VAST and the mouse control. Basically, all you have to do is point your mouse cursor on a gem and immediately use the VAST key to move a gem left, right, up, or down, respectively. It's an easy way to make fast matches, and if you can do matches like dragging the gems around, that's an easy way to do fast matches, which is important on fast-paced modes like Lightning and Diamond Mine.
A lot of detail on Lightning and Diamond Mine. Like, how do you guys come up with this stuff? Like, I have a life to tend to.
Just playing the game, really.
Just play the game a lot.
I do play the game.
Alright,
a lot.
but
Again,
we're having
what
I would call a very important guest.
I would recommend. There's something I would like to recommend.
Alcohol.
Keep a hypercube around. You always keep a hypercube around. Because when you keep a hypercube around in a lot of modes, you always have at least one move. And if you want to quickly do something, for example, in Diamond Mine, you can quickly dig around at the dirt. So that's pretty useful. Like how versatile a hypercube is. And just very quick matches, you always have a move handy, and you don't really need to think. The second thing is, if you're in something like Lightning mode, the hypercube is very useful because it could trigger a few special gems at once. So, for example, in addition to the other gems you've eliminated, you can also trigger something like lightning gems. And, I'm pretty sure most of you know about the Annihilator trick. You have two hypercubes next to each other, and you swap them both, the entire board goes poof. So yeah.
That's an important strategy on Diamond Mine as well.
Yeah, that gives an instant all clear. However, even though it is a match 3 game and the controls themselves are pretty basic, the ways you can use them, at least in Bejeweled 3 and Blitz, aren't that way. And so, guess which I actually wasn't expecting today. We have Boggy here, who basically came up with this kind of technique.
Hello, everyone, and yeah, I've joined a bit late. Blame Cublix for that, and I'm still
Always blame the others.
No, it
Yes, it's
actually
not
was my
my
fault though. That's the thing.
It's actually no one's fault, just misunderstanding, not a problem at all. So I wasn't tuned in since the beginning, so may I explain about what are we talking about right now?
We're just talking about game techniques right now.
That's pretty much my specialization.
Great.
Pick a mode. So I think you were talking about the diamond
We
mine, I
want to
guess.
talk about the elite technique, Dad.
Yeah,
Tell people about
the
the
transition
BT.
I got you in with was specifically because of how the basics of it can be influenced to be pretty darn convenient. For instance, making something that doesn't match into something that does match.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that is elite technique.
Yeah, so
Speaking of
talk about
elite
BET.
So recently, we've discovered, actually, I have discovered that Elite Technique, the one we found in Bejeweled Blitz on Facebook and the before Flash version, can be also done in Bejeweled 3. It was presumed it was impossible, but it's actually much, much harder since the game locks the gems that are waiting for the other ones to be, how do I say, for the other ones to return. It's really hard to explain without a video of an example, so
Except I can actually get some video. So wait, where was the GIF? It was in 3, right?
the GIF is not the best quality. It also has on and those stuff.
I do something quite similar, which is where the gems actually line up, and I actually start juggling them. And once I find the one that I want, I actually then swap that in. That's
That-
one way of doing it.
That is the so-called aerial technique, named by Rubicord, I think, or it was just named like that. The basic point is that if the gem of one color is falling into a place where two of the same gems are lined up, you put in one more gem of the same color and make a bigger match. Just it. There are also many variations of the technique, as Roy mentioned already, was the juggle. If you move the gems out before they line up, you can prevent them from being matched, so you have time to, how do I say, make other matches and perform the elite technique, as we mentioned before.
Yeah, basically the elite technique is how you basically cheat the board for special gems.
That's in Blitz. In 3, it requires a lot of skill, though.
In what skill?
Oh
Fast
no,
mouse movement.
no! I know what he's talking about. If you actually try and do elite technique like you would actually do in Blitz, it would actually reset both gems' positions, if not all three. However, if you do it while there's a match going on and one falls in line and you start juggling them, that's definitely possible.
It's just like delaying the match until you decide to pull one more in.
Mm, I see. So basically, what you're doing is trying to put it off until more gems, and then you can. I've never, because whenever I try to watch an elite technique video, it's always like that Dreamscape song. It's
Oh
like
my.
15 million decibels over like a 3 frames per second gameplay.
Oh my god!
From Windows Movie Maker.
Oh my
Great
god!
job.
I never managed to make it more than 15 seconds into one of those videos. I'm sorry.
Oh.
Oh, see, now that is the
Oh,
flashbacks,
jeez.
and hey, that's actually kind of a perfect way to end the episode, because that's actually time.
That was quite a short time.
Yeah, it was quite,
Even
well, I
though
mean, these
most
things are
normal
quite
podcasts
fun.
are
These
an hour
things-
long.
I mean, we can go longer if we really
Because
want to.
we're influenced by Bejeweled. We do things quickly.
Yeah, that's correct.
It depends. If you play classic and Zen only, you're not a quick and you're not a speed type player like in Lightning and Ice Storm.
I've been playing a lot of Blitz PC recently.
Blitz PC is fun. Blitz PC is definitely a marvel. But yeah, but anyway, let's cut it off here. I think we have
Yeah.
a pretty good episode.
In Blitz on PC, you can actually make ice locks from the jewels.
Oh.